everyone. Do you have a pet that needs pampering? Boy, have I got a special guest for you today that you're going to probably love to hear about. Hey, Kelly.
Hi.
How's things going?
Going well.
Oh, my gosh. Well, we're going to talk to the public because I think not only myself and other people need the services that you've provided in here in the Rochester location, but I think they would too if they just knew that they were somebody they could trust with their lovely pet, either dog or cat. And I want you to tell us a little bit about what you do for the community.
Absolutely. So I started a company based on just my passion called Pampered Pets. And, I've always just had a love and passion for animals. Did a lot of volunteering in my life. I think as far back as I can remember, I remember making it my mission to, when I see animals on the streets that are lost, I don't care what I'm doing, I stop everything, I catch that animal, and I find its owner. So it's just always been something I've, just love to do.
So your purpose, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And, so then my most rewarding work was when I got a chance to spend some time in St. Martin, which is a horrible situation for animals on the islands. We had to do catch and release and spay and neutering. We had to, there's just so many animals that are just left out to fend for themselves.
My goodness.
We had to do a lot of rehabilitation, hand feeding them, getting them ready for fosters. And the whole idea was we wanted them to have their forever homes. And we shipped them all over the world to find their homes. So that was probably the most rewarding work I've ever done.
Bless your heart. That's good.
Yeah.
I've always been afraid to go to look at dogs that need to be adopted because I'd end up probably taking them all home.
I know. They call that a foster failure too when people foster because they end up keeping the foster, which is actually great. But so from there I just thought, you know what? They always say follow your passion, right? Do something that you love to do and it's not work. So I thought, I'm going to do this. So I just decided to open here in the Rochester community. There's so many, animals here that, I just hear it all the time. It's like people need help, right? There's a lot of people are working and traveling. And so I have set up a service that I do full time. And I offer in-house daycare and boarding. In fact, I have my toy poodle coming next Saturday for a week while their family's in Florida, and she'll be my companion for the week.
Is that hard on you to get attached and have to live with them?
I do love them, but, I think, I had my own animals in the past and most recently lost my sweet Tibetan Spaniel, Sophie, after 17 years.
Wow.
And I just haven't been ready to get another one. So I'm like, you know what? I can now put my love and energy into other people's and treat them like they were my own. And I think that's the most important thing.
I understand that. That's a hard one, isn't it?
Absolutely.
A friend of mine just lost their dog.
To trust people. Because
so hard in the family.
I can't even tell you how many times I went on vacation and I was like, I was just too anxious or worried about my dog and I couldn't enjoy it. So I understand. And I want to make sure people understand that I'm going to treat them like their own,
Well, I have Molly, which you know about, and she's my sweetheart, and she goes to a pet resort a few times a week, or she has in the past. And they have playtime because she needs the social skills with the other dogs and so forth. I like that, but they only play like a couple of times a day, and then the rest of the day they're kenneled. I don't like her to be in a kennel because she has space at home. So sometimes if I do drop her off, I'll pick her up early and drop her off back home so that she's not in the kennel all day. But I don't always have that option of time to go do that.
Right.
But it is really wonderful, especially in the summertime, to find out that somebody can come to their house, which we call that just a drop by.
Yeah, there's a drop-in visits where I can come by, and maybe it's just cats who need to be fed while you're at work or even on vacation, or dog walking services, so that while you're at work they can get exercise throughout the day.
Yeah.
So I do those services. I do house sitting. So sometimes animals are just too anxious to be boarded, or even in my own home, and they want them in their own environment where they have their own routines. So it's starting to become really popular, where people just want to have you come to their home.
Yeah.
So I offer that service as well. But the most popular is probably just boarding at my own home, because they don't have to worry about, like you're saying, where they're just in a kennel. They're just with me the whole time throughout the day. I live right near Paint Creek Trail, the Clinton River Trail, so we can do lots of walks and exercise.
A lot of people leave for 8 days, 10 days, a month. I tried when I went to Florida for a longer stay twice now, and it did not work out having somebody sit in my home.
Yes.
It was not a good picture. So I don't want to ever do that again unless I have somebody that I can trust, because
100%.
they worked all day, and then by the time they worked all day, they came home and went out at night. So they really hadn't been there with her much of the day. So to have someone that's available, but I really like, and I want to stop and talk about that walking the dog thing, because that's my cup of tea. If, say that 30 minutes, right?
Yes.
You have like a 30-minute or an hour walk.
Yeah, like a 30-minute walk would be like $20 to come by for a 30-minute
Very
walk.
affordable.
Yeah, if they wanted longer, just for a few dollars more, we can do an hour, things like that. Absolutely.
And that's really great. That's really great, because it wears her out, and she's got a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And if it's a day I can't get to it.
And then when you come home, you've got a nice, happy, tired pet.
Yes. And for $20, that's well worth it to be taken care of. I'm sure she appreciates it too. But what else do you do now for the service? Then we've covered a lot of the things of just the basics of what is done for people. But I think also, let's go in a little more of depth of the ones if they're a long-term vacationer and they need to leave them at your house. I think that's a good idea too.
Absolutely.
But not all pets can do that. Some of them need to be left at home with you, right?
So it's whatever they feel most
comfortable. And then you
comfortable
house sit at the same time.
Absolutely. And what I like to do is what's called a meet and greet. I just had one yesterday with this cute little toy poodle that came by to visit, and their mom and dad came by too. And we just spent, 30 minutes so that they could feel comfortable. They had some bad experiences in the past, so they wanted to make sure they understood. And we just start to build a relationship, and that's important. And by the end of it, they were like, okay, we want you to keep her for a week, and then we're going on a cruise in January. Can you book her for that too? So, that's what I'm doing is I just want to build relationships and trust, because I do love it, and I think that comes through. I'm not here to,
Do you take the time to text a little bit, pictures?
I do.
Pictures?
I send pictures daily if they'd like, so they can get daily pictures. And then I just follow whatever routines that they normally would have that they want them to have, just to keep it as normal as possible. So I make sure to keep track of all of my clients and what their expectations are, and I make sure to follow that for them. But it's just been so rewarding for me and just so awesome.
Such a good service to the public.
And I have the toy poodle. She's like, well, she sleeps with us every night. And I'm like, oh no, she can sleep with me. I would love that. I miss my Sophie.
Yeah, that's cute. Well, that is a fantastic service. And I really, really think that's going to go over very well in the Rochester area, even though you've already experienced that.
Yeah.
To be able to get
meeting new people and
get it out to the public and let them know that it exists, right?
New fur babies. I'm ready.
That is so much fun. Well, listen, if you have a need for your furry friend, whatever it might be, and you'd like to talk and find out if her services fit your needs, why don't you give us a call? And we're going to put it up on the screen. But Kelly, tell them your number. Huh?
Yeah, 773-467-6165, and you can call me or text me anytime, and we can, like I said, set up a meet and greet and go from there.
You've also been checked out and all the good stuff.
Yes,
right?
I do. I'm on a website that we'll leave as well, and you can check. I have referrals on there, and they've done a thorough background check.
Sure.
So they just makes people feel better, which I think they should.
It does.
Yeah, absolutely. So there'll be a website as well that you can kind of check everything out that way.
And referrals are always great too. And I'm giving you a good referral.
Thank you.
So thanks. See you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.